But before I start the actual review, let me once again talk about Red Ribbon Reviewers. So if you saw my last video, you know that for the third year in a row this month, I'm doing, reviews as part of Red Ribbon Reviewers, which is an organization here online, which is all about spreading HIV and AIDS awareness through internet reviews. I recently donated some money to the Elton John AIDS Foundation, and I'd like to ask any of my viewers to do the same. Remember, any little bit of money counts. Now, on to the review. Hey everyone, John here, and welcome back to Must See Episodes, where I talk about great TV episodes that you should check out. And today, we're going to be talking about Kenan Kel. So, for those of you who don't know, Kenan Kel was a sitcom that ran on Nickelodeon from 1996 to 2000, created by Kim Bass. The show starred Kenan Thompson and Kel Mitchell as two teenage friends getting into all sorts of trouble. I used to watch this show a lot as a kid, and as an adult, it still holds up pretty well. It can be silly and dumb at times, but I still say it's one of the better sitcoms to come out of Nickelodeon, though I personally prefer Drake and Josh. So let's take a look at their Christmas episode and see what it is that made Kenan Kel so good. This is Season 1, Episode 10, Merry Christmas, Kenan. So the episode starts off with their usual shtick of Kenan and Kel coming out on stage and talking to the audience in character. They do a little skit, which is fine, but the best here is yet to come. So we start off the story at Kenan's house where his family is decorating the tree. Kel is there too because of course he is. Kel is seen here trying to put empty orange soda cans on the Christmas tree. You see, that's actually a good example of how to take a funny running gag like this and do something a little different with it. Meanwhile, Kenan is in the kitchen where he's admiring a mountain bike in a magazine. He tells Kel that he's saving up to buy this for himself for Christmas. Man, my parents never used to let me do that when I was a kid. It was always like, you can't buy anything for yourself during Christmas because what if someone else wants to buy it for you? Which, well, is actually kind of makes sense, but so unfair. Kel gets into a funny scuffle with Kenan's dad, Roger, over putting the star on the tree. You know, Roger is actually a pretty original as far as sitcom dads go, considering that he's not an idiot. The comedy with him usually just comes from Kel driving him crazy, and it's pretty funny stuff. In the next scene, Kenan is over at Rigby's, a little market where he works. An older woman starts singing the 12 Days of Christmas song at him, and he gets rid of her with this clever little bit.
12 loaves of luggage, 10 funky chickens, 9 lumps of liver, 7 pimples popping, 6 ladies presents, 4 round pumpkins, 2 Caesar salads, and a park bench in a prune tree. Bye!
We then get a funny scene with Kenan's boss, Chris, getting beat up by a robot Santa. Yeah, Chris was actually a really underappreciated character on this show. He made me laugh quite a bit at the time. Kenan and Kel then head over to the mall and check out the mountain bike. I'm not sure of the name of this actor who plays the bike salesman, but props to him for some very humorous delivery. And speaking as someone who has recently been trying to buy a car, this scene here is a pretty accurate representation of how this sort of thing works. The two Ks then take some time to look around the store and showcase some of that great chemistry that the two are known for. One thing I'd like to note about the episode is how early on, it does an effective job at showcasing Kenan's selfishness, to then contrast it later on in the plot. Then, over on the other side of the store, some punk kid punches a department store Santa, so he has to leave and the store manager is desperate to find a new one. He offers Kenan $100 to do it, which is just what he needs to buy the mountain bike. You see, the story here is actually pretty well written. The way that one event builds upon the other, it's just, it's a pretty well told story. I like it. So in a surprising plot point, Kenan actually makes for a great Santa. Turns out he's really good with kids. He even knows how to speak a fake language from a fake country. Somehow. Kenan then meets an incredibly nice kid named Daniel. All he wants is a bike for his little sister. This scene here with the two of them is incredibly sweet and adorable. So Kenan tells them that he'll get her the bike, but the problem is that the mom tells Kenan that she can't afford to get it for them. So he gets concerned. Kenan starts to feel really bad for the family. For a little while, it's all that he can think about, but then he remembers that he can go buy the mountain bike now. But when he gets there, he changes his mind. You can probably guess what's going to happen next, but I won't give it away just in case. I'll say that despite a few things about it not totally making sense, it will warm your little black heart and put a big smile on your face. It's the perfect thing to get you into the holiday spirit. Then, the story ends with a better version of the main plot of that bunked Christmas episode that I reviewed about 2 years ago. And finally, the episode ends with the whole cast, including the guest stars, coming out to wish the audience a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. So that's all I have for you today, everyone. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to check out Red Ribbon Reviewers, and also the Elton John AIDS Foundation, and have a happy holidays.